Namaskaram. In last session, we have seen Charpit's method and its algorithm. Also, we solved two problems. In this session, we will see some special cases of Charpit's method, which are comparatively easy. Case 1. Partial differential equation of the form f of pq equal to 0. For example, p plus q equal to 1. So this is a PDE of this form because you can rewrite this as p plus q minus 1 equal to 0. So left hand side is a function of p and q. First we write the Charpit's equation corresponding to this given PDE, then it is clear that fx, fy, fz all are 0 because this equation independent of x, y, z. Okay, so these two are zeros. Consider last ratio. So dq by 0 implies q is a constant. Let it be a. Then we substitute this q equal to a in given equation, equation number 1. Then we solve for p. Then we get p as a function of a. That is p equal to some function of a, r of a. Okay. Now p and q are functions of a. Then we substitute p and q in our total derivative dz equal to p dx plus q dy. Then by integrating this second equation, we get our complete integral z. Okay, if you integrate this r of a with respect to x, we get r of a into x. We integrate a with respect to y, so we get ay plus b. B is our constant of integration. Now this is a complete integral because this solution involves two arbitrary constants a and b. Right. As a remark, we can take this second last ratio instead of this last ratio. The only change is instead of q equal to a, we get some p equal to a and q becomes some function of a. Then you use the same procedure, then we get a complete integral. The first problem, find a complete integral of p plus q equal to 1. So the standard form is f of pq equal to 0. So the standard form of given PDE is p plus q minus 1 equal to 0. So this is our f, right? Then you write the Charpit's equation. These are the derivatives fp, fq, fx, fy, fz. The last three derivatives are 0. Okay, because this function is independent of x, y, z. These are the corresponding Charpit's equation. This is our step 1. Then step 2. Consider the last ratio. This implies q is a constant. Step 3. Substitute this q equal to a in given equation. Then we get, this is our equation number 1. This implies, so q equal to a and p is equal to 1 minus a. Step 4. Substitute p equal to 1 minus a and q equal to a in this total derivative. Then we get, next we integrate on both sides. So left side becomes z. The right side is, this is ay plus b. So this is a complete integral of this PDE because this solution involves two arbitrary constants a and b. Okay, yes, this is the final answer. Next case, the PDE of the form f of z p q equal to 0. Here the partial differential equation is independent of x and y. So this is the Charpit's equation corresponding to such PDE. We consider the last two ratios. Here the denominators are p into fz and q into fz. Since here fx equal to 0 and fy equal to 0 because the PDE is independent of x and y. Okay, that's why the last two terms are like this. Next we consider last two ratios. That means dp by p into fz equal to dq by q into fz. Okay, so here fz is common, so you can cancel. The remaining term become dp by p equal to dq by q. Now it is integrable. You can integrate on both sides. Integrate on both sides, we get constant of integration. This is log p minus log a, so log p by a. We can cancel log on both sides, so we get, so p equal to aq. Clear? That's why p is equal to aq. This is our equation number 2. This is our equation number 1. Substituting p equal to aq in 1, then we get p become aq. So this is a function of z a q. Okay. By solving this equation, we get q is a function of z and a. Right. By solving this equation, we get q as a function of a and z. We denote it as some function of a and z, r of a z. Substituting this q in this equation, equation number 2, then we get p in terms of a and z. Okay. Explicitly, p is equal to a into r of a z. Step 4. Substitute p and q in this total derivative. Then we get dz equal to a into r of a z dx plus r of a z dy. This r is known. Okay. Here this r of a z is common. So take outside, then and cross multiply. Then we get dz by r of a z equal to a dx plus dy. Now this is variable separable form. You can integrate because LHS is function of z and this is a constant, so you can integrate on both sides. So by integrating this equation number 3, we get a complete integral. So LHS is integral of dz by riz, and RHS is, this become ax and this become y and plus a constant of integration. This is again a complete integral because this involves two arbitrary constants a and b. As a remark, instead of taking p equal to aq, we can use q equal to ap. Okay. Next problem. Find a complete integral of p plus pq equal to qz. It is clear that this PDE is independent of x and y. So this is of the form f of z pq equal to 0. Okay, so standard form of this PDE is, so here f is p plus pq minus qz. These are the partial derivatives with respect to p, q, x, y and z. These two are 0. Okay. Then you write the Charpit's equations. So these are the Charpit's equations. These are step 1. Next we consider last two ratios. Okay. So this become, here minus q is common. That is nothing, our fz. Okay. So you can cancel fz. So this implies by integrate on both sides, we get, as similar to the algorithm, this implies p equal to aq. This is our equation number 1. If we add this constant of integration on left side, then we get q equal to ap. Okay. So both are equal, either p equal to aq or q equal to ap. Either you can substitute p equal to aq or q equal to ap in one, then you can solve. For this example, I am going to use the second one. I am going to substitute q equal to ap in 1. Okay. Then we get, replacing q by ap. This implies here p is common. You can cancel this p. So this implies p equal to, this is equal to, so this is our p. Substituting p equal to z minus 1 by a in this equation. This is our equation number 2. Okay. So we get q. So what is q? So q equal to a times p. This is equal to a into, what is our p? P is z minus 1 by a. So p equal to z minus 1 by a and q is equal to a times z minus 1 by a. Next we consider our total derivative. Substitute p and q. Now this term is common, z minus 1 by a is common, take outside and cross multiply. So we get now it is integrable. You can integrate on both sides. So we get left side become log z minus 1 by a. This is x. This is ay plus b, constant of integration. So this is a complete integral because this involves two arbitrary constants a and b. This is the solution. I repeat, complete integral is not unique. In next session, we will see two more special cases of Sharp-Pitts method. Okay, thank you.